and thank you for joining me on another episode of Hotspot. On tonight's show, in soccer, NCD Secondary School witnessed its semi-finals during the week at Gordon Secondary and Port Moresby International School, respectively. Moresby International had the PNG Games ambassador Scott Prince visit. The Australian Federal Police, in partnership with the Royal PNG Constabulary, visited Marineville Secondary School. Midterm school visits are common in the nation's capital, where it saw Ward Street Primary School students peep out of classroom windows to catch a glimpse of the Tang Soo Do martial arts display. Led by siblings Jola and Marcel Liosi, both the junior and senior athletes showed an unmarked display of talent. In further strengthening a discipline which died out in the early 90s, instructor John Icey, a former student of the art, has been conducting Tang Soo Do classes at the Soccer Training Center in Hohola. Limited by a shortage of venue to facilitate for the number of students in his weekly classes, instructor Icey, along with his assistants, made their first school visit at Ward Street Primary School. The art aims to instill discipline, equip young men and women with self-defense techniques, as well as teach a healthy lifestyle and mindset. As a mixed martial art discipline, Tang Soo Do is also associated with Taekwondo. Tang Soo Do students have recently taken part in the Korean Ambassadors Cup last month, with Rex Rocco, along with sisters Caroline and Faustina Icey, winning medals in their respective divisions. Juniors Marcel and Jolette Liosi were among the students displaying their martial arts techniques at the Ward Street Primary School. For any interested individuals who would like to try the discipline of Tang Soo Do, classes are conducted on Tuesdays and Thursdays at the Soccer Training Center at Hohola. For further inquiries, you can contact John Icey on 722-80559. Don't touch that dial. Join me on the other side with more on Hotspot. Welcome back. You're watching Hotspot. Moresby International School in Port Moresby was the first school to be visited by former Queenslander West Tiger, a Gold Coast Titan, before he ended his career with the Brisbane Broncos' Scott Prince. The former halfback and 5'8" was named as the 2014 PNG Games ambassador last month. Let's take a look.
Through from Soward, it's found Scott Prince in the middle of the ground. He went to, that's the first in, behind one, gone away. Prince puts a kick in, Sailor will score. Wendell Sailor scores in his farewell appearance.
Children of the Moresby International School were buzzing and full of excitement as PNG Games ambassador Scott Prince entered the gate. The visit falls as an act of spreading awareness and community engagement on the road to the 6th PNG Games. CEO of PNG Games, Matarua Tamarua, focuses on building the Games, utilising the vibrant enthusiasm the youths bring forward.
Scott's visit to PNG is to raise the awareness of the PNG Games. His visit is primarily to launch the PNG Games events, both in Lae and Port Moresby, because it's a national event. Apart from pitching to corporates, we have a responsibility to our community. After all, the games are about the community.
School visits and community engagement programs as such are initiatives in place to promote the Games and bring it closer to our people. Mr. Tamarua said Prince's school visits are their #1 priority, as the future of the Games lies in the future generation.
What we were saying was basically to come on board and be the ambassador, to raise the awareness of the Papua New Guinea Games, which will be held in Lae City in November, and just basically inspire the athletes to reach their goals and to do their best.
Prince acknowledged the talent that lies within our provinces and is eager to witness some phenomenal acts of glory.
Yes, so as part of my role as the NCD Games Ambassador is to promote and raise awareness for the games to be held in November this year, and to also help try to get people involved in terms of sponsorship, athletes from all over New Guinea, and another side of my role is to
Toya Whistle, who has now come on board as the second ambassador for the PNG Games, will be working closely with Scott Prince to promote the Games as the journey towards the 6th PNG Games begins.
Following their first visit to De La Salle Secondary School, the AFP, in partnership with the Royal PNG Constabulary, visited all-girls school Marinville Secondary during the week.
From Samoa, Fiji, Solomon Islands, New Caledonia, or even the land of sweet
All in their uniforms, Sergeant Bruce Jackson, along with his colleagues from the Australian Federal Police and Royal PNG Constabulary, visited Marinville Secondary School. Though daunting to stand in front of an all-girls crowd, each speaker spoke of the realities of social issues affecting and facing everyday Papua New Guineans. PNG Constable Anna Will from Juvenile Justice, Chief Sergeant Patrina Dickin, and AFP Sergeant Ian Wilhelm were all on hand to speak to the girls.
No medical bills, no food, it's happening. Now, if you have to get married in the future, you make sure that your marriage is protected legally, so that you go through a proper marriage system that is respected by your culture and that is respected through the legal system. You must have a marriage certificate and you get married in the church. Now, if you decided to have a baby before entering those marriages, you're in a danger now. A boy can just leave you and walk off. He can go and get married to another lady. And if he wants to enter a formal marriage with a woman, she becomes a legal wife. You will never become a legal wife. You'll fight for the rest of your life. So don't play up with your life. Don't. I am now working at Gordon's Market, and it's still working on violence on women, carried on from Morocco, and we see it's a very big problem.
Although confronted with the statistics and reality of these social issues such as domestic violence, HIV and AIDS, the girls were eager to listen.
The things I want you to know is that each and every one of you here can do whatever you want. You must know that first of all. You can do whatever you want. You know, some days you wake up, you feel pretty bad, your parents give you a hard time, you have to do jobs, and they're not very good jobs, and it makes you feel like this. But you must believe that you have goals and you can do whatever you want, and empower yourself now. You know, you are at the age where, you know, you might be thinking about boyfriends, or you might have a boyfriend, or you might even be thinking about a husband later on down the track. But you must also know this, that even if you get married, that doesn't mean to say he is going to be the provider of your family, because you're going to have a career. You could be a lawyer, you could be a doctor, you can be a teacher, you can be anything you want. So you must remember that just because you married a husband, and in 15 years' time, if he wants to go because he says that your beauty is gone, and it won't be. It won't be. It's just because your husband isn't thinking right and he's not a very good person. Right? Right. So in 15 years' time, when he walks out the door, you're going to be a lawyer, you're going to be a teacher, you're going to be like, see you later. Yeah? That's right.
We'll go for a few short messages. After the break, we take a look at the highlights of the NCD Secondary School Soccer semi-finals. If you've just joined us, you're watching Hotspot. The NCD Secondary School Soccer entered its semi-finals this week. Gordon Secondary played host to the Under-19 girls playoff between Tokarara Secondary and Port Moresby International, while at the Port Moresby International School, so Jubilee Catholic Secondary go up against Port Moresby International.
As you can see, we're at Gordon Secondary School, where Promise is taking on Tokarara in the girls Under-19 NCD Secondary School Soccer semi-finals. We'll cross over to Scholar Sengi shortly. Secondary School, playing host to the Under-19 girls semi-finals, saw Port Moresby International School in their electric blue outfit take on Tokarara Secondary School in reserve purple. The second half wasn't any different to the first, as both teams holding off and clearing away any chance of putting points on the board.
Thank you, Lorraine. We're here at Port Moresby International School in the boys under-19 semi-finals as Port Moresby International are taking on last year's cup runner-up, Jubilee Catholic Secondary School. The match between Port Moresby International School and Jubilee Catholic Secondary School was no different to the girls' match. Port Moresby International in their electric green looked to threaten Jubilee's backline at every opportunity. As last year's cup runner-up, Jubilee were determined to take this semi-finals, forcing the game into extra time. The game also ending in a penalty shootout. We've come to the end of another show. A reminder that if you'd like us to feature your sports stories, please shoot us an email at emtv.com.pg or visit our Facebook page, or if you're in Port Moresby, drop by to second floor Garden City and ask for our awesome sports team, and we'll be more than happy to assist you. Now let's take a look at our weekend draws. Coming up this weekend in AFL on Saturday. In the senior men's division, Bomana Cats face Gulf Giants, while Koboni face Lamana Dockers. On Sunday, Central Bombers will face Moniplus Tarama Suns, while Gordon's Kokofas face Defence. And in hockey, on Sunday, in the men's A grade, Rapatona will take on Seagulls, while United take on Zogole. While in the women's A grade division, Wanderers will take on United, and Sunam take on Golden Eagles.
In touch rugby, all three divisions will see through the same fixtures, with the National versus WR Carpenters and NASFUN up against JM Recruitment.
Our hotspot for this weekend will be at the Monia Rugby Park, where St. Joseph's International Catholic College will be hosting their rugby festival. So play hard, play safe, and we'll catch you right here on Hotspot.